So there's kind of no right way to grieve, like I said. And so it leaves us feeling kind of lost sometimes. And, it leaves us questioning. But one of the pieces of grief too, is that it's an ongoing process that remains with us in some capacity forever. So, I kind of tell my clients, that, you're never going to forget the grief that you're going through. You're never going to forget the person or the child that you lost. You're never going to not miss them, but the severity and intensity of the other symptoms that we're experiencing usually do subside and become more manageable over time.
Right.
So that's kind of also the hopeful message that I give of, stick with me here. It's really difficult at the beginning, and it will be in some capacity difficult, and there will still be grief 5, 10, 15 years from now. But again, the severity of kind of the lingering symptoms will subside. And that's usually really helpful for people.
That is really helpful. And I think that one thing that it's hard because outside people sort of think like by a year or something, you should be at this certain place, right? Like, are you still grieving this, this experience, this loss? You didn't even, or especially if it was a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss, it's like, you didn't even really know them. Like, how can you still be sad about this, right? It just doesn't. And I'm thankful that they don't understand, because they haven't experienced that loss.
Right.
But by the same token, it feels frustrating because we sort of can take that on ourselves and think, should I be farther along than I am? And I think knowing, you just mentioned great, you didn't say like a month or 2 months or 3 months, you were like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
So it really, I think the duration is something that a lot of us feel it's just longer than we think it will be. And it's longer than other people expect it to be. And they sort of wonder why we're still sad. And then we wonder, am I just dwelling on this? Am I not getting past it? Right. There's that grief and dwelling. And are they, where does one start and the others? I don't even know if there is dwelling. I think there is just still experiencing the pain and the grief
the
from
process.
it. And it just takes time. It takes so much time.
Well, it's such human nature, unfortunately, to just get over things, right? And so, I mean, our culture and society tells us that, you're fine, take a medication, you'll feel better, oh, you're still worrying about this, just stop being anxious about it, And so there's pressure, to get over it and to be done grieving. And in my experience, it's most often because the person that is kind of saying those pressured statements feels uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable with death. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to support somebody going through grief.
Tiptoeing around you now.
Yeah. So they're like, I would feel more comfortable if you were done grieving. And of course, that's just not how it goes.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.